has been using an eyeshadow brush for her blush. I haven't seen the previous video, but I'm pretty sure that there are things that I would do differently. Don't make that face. It doesn't let me be mean to you. Don't make that face. In the previous video, Dia and I did this and we did our own versions of the makeup, but the second step was that, say if I wanted to glam this look up further, then how would I approach it? So say if Dia was to maybe attend a friend's wedding, then she would probably wear this makeup. If Dia had to attend her own wedding, then she would probably
never happening.
Glam it up a little. A cool take would be if we did one look which is pink and one look which is more nude, as in more brown nude. So both these looks are going to be glam versions of a nude color, and a nude color would be something that is close to the tones of your flesh, like no colors as such, like no blues, no silvers. Dia's going to be doing pink and I'm going to be nude brown. This is the palette that I'm using. This is not my go-to palette, but this is a palette that I had left home and has more of these. It has more of warm browns, but it does have a few cool browns here and there. So for Dia, I'll be using some rose tones as well, but let's do it side by side. So this is the only brush that Dia has. She uses this as a blush brush. But if it works, it works.
It works. No, it gives me blush, which is exactly what I want.
I'm gonna go for maybe this degree of a darkness, which is darker than my contour color. So like a standard way to look at it is that, say if there's a certain color that you use for your contour, you want to go maybe a slightly darker shade, because if you remember, I had sort of created a shadow about a few like millimeters above my crease. Now what I want to do is I just want to deepen the shadow towards the edge only, and imagine as if it's the same crease, it's floating higher up and meeting my liner tip. So it sort of goes like this, and I'm going to use this almost slightly darker than my contour color for that. You have a Jacqueline brush. Is that? Oh yeah, it is a Jacqueline brush. So I'm gonna do this on the other side as well. Brush. 1 second here. Yeah, it can work as any brush. So yeah, like I used a fan brush to do
but
my
mine
contour.
can't.
So exactly. So you can use the brush to do whatever you need to do. People use it, but fan brushes are usually more versatile. They just waste a lot more product. So what I have done is, my brow bone is a lot bigger than my lid space, and I like to have my color migrate higher up over here. Creates an interesting dimension. So this is how I've placed my brown, almost like a transition shade. Now if I had to do the same with Dia, I would not only use a slightly darker color, but I'm trying to go for a rose toned color. So this one called Bright. So if I used Bold, which is more brown leaning, for Dia we'll use Bright. So here at the end of the day, this part will have to be darker anyway, but since I want a pink tone, I'm going to use this as the transition. Dia, open your eye. What I want to do is, I don't want to just stick to the lid because that's going to shrink her eyes. I have placed it outside the lid as well. And how I find that is when Dia closes her eyes, I can see that her eyeball kind of ends somewhere over here. So the color has to be slightly above there as well. And then it sort of blends inwards as well. So I start at this, open your eyes again. So look straight. So if this was her eyeball ending over here, I want the color to sort of go like this. Same color, no? Can you see the difference? You see it?
Yeah.
No, I can't see the other one. So let me just have a look at the other one. This is like this it's not a windshield motion. Like windshield motion would be like this, which is what I did with my contour color, which was the color I had used on my rest of my face. But for this, it's more like a small circular motion. Now I'm gonna use this color, which is Babe, which is a slightly creamier tone. This one, Buff, is what I'll use on Dia, and this one is more of a creamy shimmer, and this one is more of a pinkish shimmer. So I'm just gonna use the corresponding colors at the same level. So I'm using Babe, and I'm just adding a little bit over here. And this brush is a little too big for what I'm trying to achieve here, but I want to stay close to my eyeliner line. Let me see if I'm able to do it with this brush on this side. Whatever's left over is brought out. It's gonna overlap my eyeliner a little, I don't mind. Like, that eyeliner is from a previous look that we had done. So I usually just do this to clean the brush a little, and then I'm gonna blend this back in.
It's like little pink wings.
Now I'm gonna use a darker shimmer. For me, it's gonna be either Breathtaking or Built. Which one do I want? I would say Built is a little warmer, and we're trying to do a warm look on me, so I'm gonna go with that. Again, I'm just brushing, cleaning the brush a little. And then,
The Rihanna style?
yeah. So, as I saw Built in the light, I felt like it was too close to my previous color, which was Babe. So I'm moving on with Breathtaking. I just need a slightly darker color than what I had picked up earlier. So I just take a little bit of that on the tip of this brush. And now it's gonna be this is a windshield motion. And then I'm going with Bold, which was that same transition color, and just going over and smoking my under eyes a little. Now with Dia, I'm gonna take Brave, which is almost like a burgundy brown, if that's even a color. And in Dia's case, again, she's got big eyes, so I don't want to give her an under eye crease. I just want to smoke out the sides a little while keeping them. You're done. A little bit of fallout that I need to fix.
I hate fallout, guys. Partially the reason I don't do eyeshadow myself is because I don't know how to deal with it.
This part can do with a little more cleaning towards the end. You see how there's a dip first and then there's a rise? I'm going to kill the dip by first adding color here, like this, and then adding a color. Okay, now I need to also see, sorry, adding color here, almost like that V. Sorry, I need to come here for like adding color here, almost like making a V, and then taking this brush with some of this color on it and blending it inwards. This is not the best brush to do this, but anyway. So now by blending this inwards, what we've done is, can you look into that? We've kind of widened your eye and made it blend with the rest of it. Let me come this side so that I can see you better. Let them dry. Keep them closed. So what I did was I created almost like a smoky V and then I just redid your eyeliner. Now in Diya's case, when she reaches this stage, I know from past experience that it starts becoming too glamorous for her to be okay with it. Like if a makeup artist did that, she would start feeling like she's not looking like herself anymore. Whereas I just got used to it over the time because a lot of times I didn't have a choice. Can you look up straight? We're gonna replicate this V on this side of the eye. No, look up straight, not up. We wing it, and then we create that V. This V, and then once we made the V, we take that brush. Ideally, a smaller, more blending. A blending brush would be better, but I'm not carrying my whole kit. And this will work for traveling because it can do both application and blending. And then just make sure that it's clean when you're blending it out. Just blend, 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 blend. And you want this to merge into the crease and into your makeup. Open. So now that it's merged in, let's merge it a little more. I haven't been able to see the other side because I'm on a side angle, but yeah, from the shadow placement perspective, the blending is done. Now I'll just apply the eyeliner. So I'm just gonna try to repeat this. I can't see the other side, but I'm hoping that this would turn out okay. Close your eyes. Okay, have a look in the mirror. Can you check and tell me if the lines are matching?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Mm.
Okay. Now at this point, for me, with this eyeshadow look especially, your lashes would be too light. I'm just temporarily putting this on. I'm not gluing it, but like just for the effect. It's hanging too much. It's not glued on, so when you open your eyes, it'll almost fall. But like this would have added a full glam look.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a full glam person for sure.
I'm not, like this portion is not glued right now. There's no glue on this lash. It's just holding from whatever was with the base. But like once you add lashes on both the sides, this corner kind of just becomes more lifted and more dramatic, which when you add up more, like say right now our base was very light, and like usually people like I said, like if this was a bridal look, you would have wanted all the skin, everything around to be like perfectly chiseled and fully like the base would be like flawless. But since this is more of a lighter base look, lashes can again look a little out of place, especially with the current trends.
Yeah, like I don't think our generation is as, I mean, I don't know about our generation, but at least for me, the most that I would go for is like half lash at the edge to give it the lift, and not really a full lash, because it ends up becoming too much for my personal taste.
So now in my case, at this point, I don't need that skinny brush to make the V's, because I'm just so used to using whatever I have in hand to get the look that I wanted. So I'm just using that color Brazen, which is the darkest color over here in the browns, and just adding a little bit of dimension to the outer shadow further, because lashes are something that these kids are just not interested in.
Hey, I'm 20 now.
You're a kid. You'll always be a kid. Okay, I need the mirror. I also need tweezers, but like whatever. We've got lashes now. There's lash on this side, not on this side. And you can tell that clearly. Lately I've been liking the lash free look more, and maybe that's partially because of how it's trendy not to wear lashes these days and not to have a very heavy lash line. I just prefer having them with tweezers instead. Yeah. Choosing any of the brushes that I have, I really want to use a fan brush, but I'm just gonna make all this fall away. I'm gonna look up straight. Usually after this step, I would see if the inner corners are looking like, I like my lashes to be more fuller on the outside, but if I at this stage feel like my eyes are looking incomplete on the inside, I would just go over with my eyeliner and fill that gap up. This is with the lashes, and back in the days this was all the rage, along with some more heavy contouring, maybe sometimes even with like thicker what do you call them, eyebrows. But now that I look at them, they're a little too, like, I don't know if I'll be okay wearing this look outside. So one reason why lashes, I used to wear a lot of lashes back when I used to audition, partially because they would add definition, focus to the eyes and sort of distract from other parts of your face that you don't.
They do look good. Like, you look good with lashes. I just don't like them on myself, so.
You do have big eyes, so I think anything that highlights the roundness of your eyes is probably what holds you back from liking that look too much. Is that what it is? I'm gonna remove the lashes because I don't like the look, but like, or let me just show them the final look.
So this is the final look, guys, for us.
Now I'm gonna remove the lashes and then show the final look again.
It feels like you're like tearing apart your lashes, like eyelashes, not your.
Quite an experience seeing someone peel them off for the first time. And now that I've removed my lashes, my eyeliner needs a little bit of a touch up. Doing makeup is one thing, recording yourself doing it is another. This is a variation of that look where, say, you got tired in the middle of the night and you took your lashes off.
Yeah.
So then you decided to just rework it with some eyeliner. So yeah, that's it, guys.
Thank you for watching.